I'm ready for the grown and sexy lovers tonight. Y'all come on in. I'm so sorry I'm running late. I thought I had like, you know how it is when you think you got plenty of time and you moving along, and I had in my mind all these things I was gonna do and stuff, and I looked up and I was like, oh snap! I ain't have no makeup on, and don't tell me, girl, you didn't put no makeup on. Yes, I did. Okay, yes, I did. And then after the makeup, I was like, okay, I put my top on, and I was trying to get my jewelry right. Woo! But welcome to the Love Lab. It's so good to see you, fam. I'm getting going so I can talk to everybody because y'all know how I like to do. I like to see what's going on. I like to hear from you. Thank you so much, YouTube, for being here. Facebook, glad to see y'all. Y'all come on in. I know I'm late. Y'all don't punish me for being late. I'm on that CP time. All right. So, what we're going to make tonight, first thing I want you to do, share the video. Okay, share this video because folks need to see this. I'm going to show you how to make a real grown and sexy dessert tonight. I'm going to show you how to, this is a family show, but this is a show for mama and daddy. Okay? Okay, I'm serious, y'all. All right? Mama and daddy. All right? So, oh, thank you. Somebody over on YouTube. Thank you. I have to give a shout out to it's a nice small boutique I love. I love supporting black businesses, any business, but I really love supporting small businesses. So whenever I can find something cute at a little boutique or something like that, I'm all about it. So thank you, sis. YouTube, you guys make sure you hit the thumbs up. Facebook, make sure you share and hit the button as well. Hey, Play. Somebody say, hey, Play, Auntie. Hey, niece. I love you guys so much. It's just, you know what, Thursday night is like, oh, we made it. I'm back with my people, back with my tribe. I love y'all. But I'm going to show y'all how to have a real good holiday. Yes, Valentine's is a holiday. Grown and sexy style. Now, we're going to make a red wine chocolate cake. Usually, if I say something like, if you don't drink wine, you can kind of come up with a substitution. I have no substitution for you on this one, okay? A red wine chocolate cake ceases to be a red wine chocolate cake if you cease to use red wine. So, if you don't want to use red wine, just make a chocolate cake, I guess. I don't know. Watch the video because it's going to be fun tonight for the grown and sexy. Okay. All right, so let's jump right in. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go through some basic cake making stuff here. We're going to start with some unsalted butter. I told y'all I'm sold now on this Kerrygold. This is all I can use now. I'm like, it's just so good. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's a key. When you're making a cake, you want to make sure that your butter is room temperature. I like to, sometimes the night before I'm going to make a cake, I will literally leave the butter out so it can have a chance to get soft like I want it. Because you can force it soft in the microwave and everything, but it's better if you let it naturally get like it want to get, you know? You know what I'm saying? Okay. I knew y'all understood. Y'all be quiet like I'm just talking crazy, but which a lot of times I am. But I knew y'all understood. So we're going to take 2 sticks of butter. Okay? Now this cake has a little bit of swirl factor to it. And you're like, what does that mean? Okay. Well, I told y'all this is mommy and daddy show. This is brown sugar and white sugar. Everybody in this business right here. This got the swirl sugar. A cup of each in here, okay? We're going to put these sugars in there. And if you think that's too much sugar, then you don't understand we're making a cake. All right. That's that. We're making a cake. Somebody said, what? Kerrygold is very luxurious. It's the best butter. And it costs a little bit more. I know it does. I'm not going to act like it doesn't. But I'm just going to tell y'all, sometimes things is worth it. I'm just saying. YouTube, I'm hoping my head is not getting cut off. We're trying something new, okay? We usually use the computer, but we're trying to use the iPad because we get a little bit better color, you know? Shane, I tell the people what's happening because I'm real with them. He telling me, don't tell it. I'm talking to y'all. Because Facebook, we good. You know? But okay, thank you, YouTube. YouTube, y'all tell him. Say, leave her alone. All right, butter, sugar. Let's get this going. First things first, we're going to cream the butter and the sugar together. Okay? So that's why it's important for your butter to be the right amount of softness or the right room temperature so it's nice and soft. While that's happening, we're going to get ready to add our eggs, okay? So I always like to, I just put my eggs kind of like this. I do them one at a time separate because, have you ever cracked a black egg before? That is not cute. No kind of way. All right, you see this? Can you guys see in there that creaminess on? I know it's hard to see inside the bowl. But I'm gonna do what I can. I know you guys can't see in their YouTube, but I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like. It starts to look kind of like a paste, okay? You see this? See this? Can y'all see? See how that's kind of soft? That's what it looks like when you've creamed your butter and your sugar together, okay? That's what you should be going for, okay? Now, you can keep going and creaming it, whatever, but once you do this, the next thing you're gonna do, start adding your eggs one at a time. Very important in cake making that you add your eggs one at a time. You want each egg to get incorporated before you add the next one. Don't get all excited and say it's all going to the same place and dump it. Don't do that. Don't respect the food. One egg. Yay. That's why I set aside a little bowl with my eggs, because it makes me slow down and crack them one at a time. You can't tell y'all a secret. You know how some people can do that, crack with one egg and open it up and let it fall out. I never could do that. I don't know how to do that. I want to learn. So if y'all have any tricks or tips or something. Okay, see that one egg is incorporated. Egg number 2. That's all we need. This cake doesn't need a ton of eggs. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, if you wanted to make this cake without red wine, you could probably substitute buttermilk for the wine, but it's not going to be the same cake. It's, you know what I'm saying? It'll probably still be good, but it's not going to be the same cake. It's not. All right. CJ says he likes cracking his eggs separate too. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube fans. Tell Shane, leave me alone. Thank you. Facebook, y'all already know. I love Shane, but y'all know how he is. Sometimes we just have to, get him in order. Be like, back up. Back up offer. Because I have to talk. I love, one of my favorite comments people make on my videos? Somebody commented on one of my videos last week. Y'all, somebody said, you talk too much. I said, do they know who they're watching? Of course I talk too much. That's the beauty of this. I talk all the time. When have I not been talking? Especially if you know me, I'm always talking. All right, now we're going to put in some cocoa powder. Here we go. Cocoa powder. You see this? Boom, boom, boom. 3/4 cup cocoa powder. Now, if you can find the Dutch unprocessed cocoa powder, that's really the best stuff to use. But sometimes it can be hard to find. I'm just using Hershey's Cocoa today, to be honest with you, because I thought I had some Dutch process, but I go through these moments where I clean out my pantry like a mad woman, and I get rid of stuff, and I don't know what I've gotten rid of until I've gotten rid of it. I'm going to start this slow because it's got all this, actually, I'm not going to do that. Hold on. It's got this chocolate powder in it. So I'm just going to kind of mix it around a little bit so it can start to kind of move a little bit, not make as big of a mess as it wants to make. Okay? And I'm going to throw the vanilla in there too, because a little liquid will help. Vanilla. Let me see. I tell those haters to get a life. Yes, that's what I do. Talk. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put this down. Here we go. We're going to go just a little bit at first because it's got all that cocoa powder in there. We want to start to get it mixed in there before we turn it up super high. All right, I'm just looking on here to see if y'all have any questions or anything. Let me see. Auntie, be nice to Shane. He is, you know what? Okay, let me clarify because we play around a lot and somebody said it. And she's right. Me and Shane play around, but let me tell you something. He's always looking out for me and for my best interest. So when we play, I'm just messing with him, but he's always getting rid. But sometimes he can't clip my wings. I'm a butterfly. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now the chocolate powder is in here. Everybody can't be a butterfly. Somebody got to be a moth. He just reminded me of that. He loves this cake, by the way. He's my forever Valentine. Okay, so now we've got the chocolate in there, y'all. We've got the butter in there, and we've got our sugars and our eggs, right? Okay, next thing we're going to start doing is adding our flour and our wine. Because don't forget, we also put our vanilla in there, okay? Now, I'm using a Cabernet, a red wine. You don't have to buy the most expensive bottle of wine you can find when you're cooking. Teach us, somebody said, show us how to make that vanilla. Okay, you know what? I promise I will. I've been saying it. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay. Now, this is what I'm using. I'm using a Hess Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a nice red wine. It's a red I like, but you don't have to use a nice red wine when you're making a cake or when you're cooking. Some people say if you wouldn't drink it, don't cook with it. Well, I don't know if I fully believe that, because you know what? A lot of times we would drink a really, really nice bottle of wine, but we don't need to cook with that. You get what I'm saying? Now, at the same time, I wouldn't say make the cake with ripple. Okay? I mean, there's an in-between with these things. But get a decent bottle. But I just happen to have this one around, and I do like it, so that's what I'm going with. All right, we're going with 1.5 cups of cake flour and 1.25 cups of this red wine. So, cake making again. Remember, you're going to add a little bit of your cake flour, and I'm using cake flour, not all-purpose flour. And I'm trusting that you guys remember our discussions about that. Y'all remember the difference between all those flours? Cake flour. Oh, somebody said, you tasted the wine for me. It's good, thank you. Somebody, YouTube said they tasted the wine for me. It's good. Listen. Okay. Anyway. We're going to talk about flour. Slowly add in your wine. Alternate between your liquid and your flour. And this is with any cake you make. Whether you're making a 7-Up cake, you're making a buttermilk cake, anything. Alternate. Okay? Now, I usually stop though to put the flour in, because if you put flour in while that sucker is spinning, you're going to have a mess on your hands. And I am notorious for making messes in my kitchen. And I don't feel like cleaning it up tonight. And yes, I know I have my kids who just look forward to cleaning up the kitchen for me. But I'm just not going to make a mess. All right, see how I'm letting this get incorporated? The key, there's a couple things I want to tell y'all about this though. I want to talk about flour for a second. And then I want to talk about, what was the other thing I want to talk about? Okay, flour. When you're cooking, flour, oh, I remember, it's stirring, okay. So when you're cooking with flours, right, I like to use cake flour when I'm making a cake. And why? Why do I use cake flour? I'm glad you asked. Cake flour has a little bit lower protein. And what that means is it's not going to get really dense and full of gluten. You know, if you make bread and you push it and it starts to spring back a little bit, that's gluten that's developed. And the more you mix your flour, the more gluten will develop. So when you make a cake and you use cake flour has a lower percentage of protein. Less protein means less gluten development, okay? Bread flour has a higher level of protein, which means more gluten development. You want more gluten development in a loaf of bread because you need it to hold a structure and to be firm. That's a good thing. But you don't want your cake to be dense like bread. So you need less protein. All-purpose flour is literally right in the middle, and you can make it work for anything, okay? So if you're making a cake and you go to add in your flour, whether you're using cake flour or all-purpose flour, you see I have the mixer on low, and I'm really just getting the flour incorporated and getting it smooth. Don't overmix it, because the more you mix it, the more gluten is going to develop and the firmer your cake is going to be. You know, people had them hard, firm cakes? Yeah, that's how that happens. Now, if you want like a fruit cake, you know what I'm talking about, because you know fruit cakes be tough. Honey, mix away. Mix to your heart's delight. But honestly, when you're doing a cake, just get it incorporated. Keep the speed down. Don't go real fast, because you don't want to develop a ton of gluten. So as you add your flour in, okay, once you get it good and mixed in, move on to your next piece of liquid, and then that's it. All right, so can y'all see this? Can you see in there? You see in there? Somebody says, I'm sensitive to gluten, so maybe you should try cake flour. Cake flour is still going to, because it's still a regular flour, you're going to still have some gluten in it, but you can get less gluten development because of the fact that it has a lower protein amount. Okay, so I actually recommend that you keep all of the flours. I keep cake flour, I keep all-purpose flour, and I keep bread flour. Different things. What's that? What bread? What bread can you make with cake flour? What brand of cake flour? Thank you. Swan's Down. I love Swan's Down. My grandmama used to use soft as silk. And, you know, I think everybody's grandmama used soft as silk. I don't know. That's what they had in California where we were growing up. But once I moved back here, I still do use soft as silk sometimes, but I just like Cake Swan. Something, what did I say? Swan, hold on. Oh, I have it. What's it called? What did I call it? Swan Down? Is that what it's called? Swan. The Swan one. I was going to go get, y'all, I was going to go get the box to show you, but I forgot. I empty all my boxes out into my canister, so I don't even have a box to show you. But it's the Swan, I think it's Swan's Down. Y'all help me. I know y'all know. Swan's Down. Is that it? But soft as silk works well. Okay, so now all I did was just give this a little stir to make sure I had everything off the bottom, and that's it. Okay, so we are done mixing our cake. So I want you to type in something that you just learned. I'm going to tell you what you just learned. Don't overmix your cakes. Don't overmix your cake. Incorporate it and move on. Type it in. Swans down. Thank y'all. Yes, it is swans down. I thought so, but then I got nervous. Get the one with the bird on it. Type it in. Don't overmix your cake. Don't overmix your cake. Just see there? That's all you need. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. YouTube, okay, there's more people on YouTube than I have thumbs up. Now, I've told y'all how the algorithm works over there. You gotta like it or YouTube ain't gonna tell nobody I'm here. They're not like Facebook. Facebook, y'all can share. We know this. Share, 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 share. I need y'all YouTube. Come on now. Don't overmix your cake. I'm looking for it because y'all gonna come out here talking about, ooh, I learned how to make this cake from ChefLorious. It's gonna be dense and hard because you just mix it and mix it. And then somebody who never watched me ain't gonna start watching me because they're gonna be like, oh, who told you how to make that cake? Okay? Don't overmix your cakes. All right, now this cake, in all honesty, this is a really, really rich cake. Okay, really, really rich. All right, because the red wine and the chocolate is rich. So what I like to do with this cake is make it into little bunts. You can make it into one big bunt. Sorry, Shane. I'm spraying y'all with this pen. It's getting in his face. Spray well. You can make one bundt cake, but it's honestly so rich, it's very hard to eat it. Okay? This is one cake that it's, this is why it's a grown and sexy cake. Okay? Because see, when you make it, one of y'all two can eat one of them little ones together because it's got just that much richness to it. Okay? So we just put the protective barrier on the cake. Now, you're gonna fill up. Oops. Apparently I was drinking the wine, y'all. Okay, don't do like that. Don't do like I just did there. Okay, that wasn't good. That was bad. Do as I say, not as I do. Hold on. I'm gonna stop being lazy. I'm gonna do the right thing. This is what I'm gonna do. Put a little bit in the mixing cup. Okay, this is a better way to do it. Because I was being Russian. What I be telling y'all not to do, I did it. I was rushing. And I'd be the first one telling y'all, stop rushing your food. And here I did. Okay, so forget that one. It is actually better just take it and lay it around. Okay, this is the proper way to do it. So now y'all can't say that I messed up and told you the wrong way. That was an example of what not to do. Yeah. Okay. See there? All right, you're gonna make, this recipe will make about 6 of these mini bunts. Well, no, that's true. It'll make more. It'll make about 8 to 9 of them. But you know, I sometimes have like just a smaller bunt pan, or you know, if you make a full bunt of it, it's fine. Just know that it's gonna be very rich, and you really don't want big slices. But it's also kind of grown and sexy and romantic to, you know. Somebody said, well, what about using the ice cream scoop for the cake batter? I do that sometimes. The only reason I don't on this particular one is because these minis are so small. The ice cream scooper would give me this, would do the same thing in all honesty, be too big for it. So it's really better to just go in this one with a spoon. Okay? And it's not hard to do. You know, a few extra minutes. Come on. See there? Okay? I'm not going to fill all 6 of these up because I already, of course, I already have some done for y'all. I love y'all. All right. You get the point? You're going to put this in a 350-degree oven, okay? You're going to cook it for about 35 minutes. All right, now, while it's in the oven, we're going to make our ganache or our sauce. We're going to make a red wine chocolate sauce. All right, let's get to it. Skillet. Well, pan. You can do this in the microwave, but it's kind of nice doing it on the stove. It's a little cleaner, a little neater. 3 tablespoons of butter, unsalted, okay? There we go. And a cup of semi-sweet. And that's important to note. I'm using semi-sweet chocolate. This is, like I said, it's very, very rich. And if you try to use milk chocolate or something, I don't know. I've never tried it with milk chocolate because I'm not really a fan of milk chocolate. I've talked about that with y'all before. But I just think this cake, I just feel like this cake needs semi-sweet. I don't know. I think I just like semi-sweet. But if one of y'all make it with milk chocolate in the ganache, let me know. Milk chocolate's good too. I'm not anti-milk chocolate. I ain't got nothing against milk chocolate. Nothing at all. Not a thing. Okay? But I just like that semi-sweet. Got a little chocolate on it. You know what I'm saying? That swirl we were talking about, y'all. Y'all. Okay. This is on a low heat. And I'm just melting the butter and the chocolate. Now you can do this in the microwave. If you do, you want to do it in 30-second bursts, right? Which means, see this YouTube? Can y'all see that a little bit, YouTube? Which means what you're going to do is you put it in for 30 seconds together, take it out, stir it up, put it back in, 30 seconds, stir it up, and you got to watch it. Don't think, oh, if it's going to take a minute and a half and put it on for a minute and a half, you're going to mess up. That ain't going to work. 30-second intervals, stop and mix. Or you can just do it like this on your stove. And a lot of times, you know, they tell you to use the double boiler and stuff like that. My mom used to tell me to use the double boiler to melt chocolate. And I think that's why for years I did melt chocolate. Because I was like, I ain't got time for all that. Or they put a bowl in here, put the water, bring it to a bowl. Put it. I know that's the technical correct way to do it. I just don't have time for that. I don't know. I'm going to have to come up with some kind of reconciliation. Because I just told y'all, stop rushing. Take your time with the food. And then I sit here and say, I don't like to take the time it takes to do part of it. That's kind of hypocritical. I'm just saying the truth. I don't need y'all to tell me that's hypocritical. You know? Let me see. Somebody said, are white morsels, white chocolate good for this? Ooh, you guys, that would be really good. Now, look, when the chocolate gets about like this, see where it's pretty much melted? We're going to start adding in, turn the heat off, and I'm going to add in some red wine. Okay? Just a little bit. Okay? 2 tablespoons, and we're going to stir it. And as you stir it together, it's going to incorporate. Oh, okay. See there? Now I'm going to switch to a whisk. Hold on. See if I have one of my little ones ready. I'm going to switch to a whisk because I'm really trying to incorporate here. All right. So I might have to go back and forth a little bit. But you see how I'm doing this? Can you see that, YouTube? I got the red wine in there. It's mixing in with it. You see that? And just give it a little time. The heat from the chocolate and the butter is going to help to get it, help loosen it a little bit. I'm sorry, the wine is going to help loosen it, but the heat from the chocolate and the butter are melting it. So you see that? See how I got it down? It started to look pasty, right? And then I went in with my red wine. And you want to get this to whatever consistency you like to drizzle. Now this is where it gets a little fun because you can drizzle with your boo. Okay, I'm going to put one more little drop in there. And I really only put about 2 or 3 tablespoons. It's not a lot of wine in there. Okay. And the wine and the cake will cook out. But if you're going to make this with the kids, just consider. Honestly, there's not enough wine in here to do anything. Okay. Because it's like 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. But you can taste it. And kids often don't like to taste because they don't understand how to appreciate. You get me? Yeah. They don't know how to appreciate what's in there. So now look at this. I'm going to show you the consistency of my ganache. Look at that. Can you see that, YouTube? I got on colors. That's not going to help. I don't know if y'all can see or not, but it's dripping. It's drizzling. It's drizzling. All right, so now let's get our cakes. I've already got them done. Hold on. Hold on, family. All right. So these are done. Look at that. 35 minutes, and they come out so cute, don't they? I let them cool for about 10-15 minutes, and then I flipped them over, just like that. Let me get the whipped cream. Oh, you need some whipped cream. I'm telling you, this dessert. This dessert is serious. This ain't child's play. Y'all see that? Now, what you do? You get your baby. You say, "Oh, can you help me finish dessert?" Shane, can you help me finish dessert? And then you come over and say, "What you need, baby? What you need?" You're like, "Well, I need to put this chocolate sauce on these cakes, and I don't really quite have my drizzle game like it should be." And he said, "Oh, it's all right, girl. I got you, babe." And you say, "Can you take the spoon and show me how to drop it like it's hot?" And then you say, wait. I know how to drop it like it's hot. And you pick up this spoon right here, and you do just like this. You make that. Yes. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. Drizzle. Get that drizzle, baby. Get that drizzle. Boom. There's some Valentine's Day love here. Look at that. You see that? Oh, you already know. Y'all already know. Yeah, see? And this is fun right here. Oh. See that? Ooh, it's drizzling. Ooh. Y'all know you like it. My husband over here happy already. It ain't even Valentine's Day. He about to put the camera down, come help me drizzle. We've been married almost 15 years and got 3 kids. So, okay, then got a little whipped cream here I made, okay? Which side there? Just cut there and boom. Look at that. You can put a cherry on top. Oh, I got some cherries in. Shane, should I get them back? Okay, he said no. And this whipped cream is actually very important to this dessert. And I'm going to tell y'all why the cream is important. It's rich. I'm telling you, it's really, really rich. I'm going to get a little plate and put a piece on so we can look at this. I'm telling you, the cream on this cake is necessary. Okay? So I'm just going to, let me get a little spatula out here. Pick this up like so. Put her right there. Ooh. Mm. Oh. Oh. I see one of my newlywed girlfriends is on here, girl. You better go ahead. You know. You already know what to do. When you get our age, you know what to do. Okay. Put a little more cream on this. There we go. Boom. Look at that. Can you see? Can you see it? Chocolate. Somebody said, change and go throw the camera down. So now we're going to do, this is so nice and rich and decadent. Look at this. Look at this. It's not a lava cake. Somebody thought it was a lava cake. It's not a lava cake. I want you to see the inside though. Let me pick up the piece here. You see that? You see that? I don't know if you can see. YouTube, I'm going to get work. We're going to work on this part. We're going to work on this part. Okay. And let me tell you something. If you don't know how to take this whipped cream and this drizzle and have a Valentine, I can't help you anymore. Oh, okay, Shane told me there's kids. This is wonderful dessert for Valentine's Day. Yay! All right, family, I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Don't forget it is on Sunday, right? Enjoy your love. Even though we're on quarantine, you know, tomorrow morning on Channel 7, there's going to be a spot I showed how to make a lobster dinner. I got a lobster tail video that's really good. You can make lobster tails at home, and you can make this for dessert. It's amazing. What? Oh, good morning, Washington. I need my husband. Let me go feed my Valentine. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next week, same time, same place, for more Calabama cooking with me, ChefLorious. Happy cooking, my loves. Bye.
You were keeping.
Wait, in that one. Push that.